Welcome to this session about the context menu and pop-up of SN Utils. We will quickly go over all functions and probably spend most of the time on the settings tab in the pop-up. Let's dive into the instance and first quickly check the right-click context menu. It has a few sections. You can check out the functions here. Some of them are a copy of slash command, so it can be sometimes useful to have them available via mouse, and a few are only available here, like the clear cookie and so on. Code snippets, if you are in a code field, just like the template you have a few snippets you can quickly insert in your code editor. Worknote snippets, for example, when I go to the worknote field here and I open it, I say hyperlink. It will add a short template that can help you add a hyperlink to your worknotes. And so I recommend taking a look. You can add your own items here via the slash commands. That's a bit hidden and advanced trick. I will get to that when in the slash commands video. So now let's switch to the pop-up. In the pop-up you have several tabs. The first one will quickly help you search through your open update sets in the current scope, and by clicking the blue circle you can activate another update set. The red one indicates the current active one. Going to updates, that's a quick way to search your newest updates, your latest updates, and sometimes can be handy to navigate to the update or the underlying record itself, to the asset itself. Notes, you can switch your notes. That's something really aimed at developer and only available to developers, admins, and handy for checking node logs, maybe if a node is not performing well, those kind of scenarios. Tables. This loads all the tables in your instance, and especially if you're new to ServiceNow, I think it's a gold mine to quickly explore all the tables in your instance. Here I, for example, have added a filter UA underscore, and you see that this results in 40 out of almost 6,000 tables. I can put in any filter. These are all contain incident in either the label or the table name. From here I can, when I hold down command, the tab will stay open and it will load the list or the table structure or the ERD. So it's really another way to quickly navigate through your tables. Next, view data. This one is explained. This is the supercharged XML version, filterable, and you can hide empty rows. So multiple ways to quickly explore the underlying data of the current record you have open. More details in the forms video. User, this is also explained in the list video. I can get the underlying user. Glide records explained in the list video as well, also applicable to lists and forms. A quick way to get a template, a quick start for your glide record script. Slash commands, that will be covered in a separate video as well. The About tab, some details, the version number can be checked here. And if there's an important update, I might change this message. And now the settings, quick explanation of all the settings that you can change here. Enable VS script sync. When you enable this, besides every script field, either HTML, JavaScript, CSS, there will be a small save icon, and by clicking that you enable the script sync to VS Code. Cover it more in the script sync video. Show technical names on page load. We talked about technical names a lot. By enabling this setting, it will be shown by default when the page loads. Don't add UI elements to browser. When this one is enabled, it will not add any visual signs to the browser. For example, these icons will not load when this is enabled. I would recommend not enabling this because you're missing out on some good features if you do so. For example, the search in Studio will not be available when you enable this one. Apply VS Code style editor to background scripts. I can quickly show that one. When you open BG, you see that there the VS Code style editor is being applied, as well as IntelliSense. So it's highly recommended to also keep this one activated. Going back to the pop-up, next one, disable Ctrl+V to paste clipboard image. When some people have their own solution to paste clipboards via to paste images on the clipboard to a record, this can interfere, so you can disable that function. Enhance application and update set picker. Normally you have the classic HTML select over here. By applying the setting, it will transform this into a more easier searchable select list. Allow saving metadata after scope has changed. If you are changing your scope, it might be an issue that you lose work when you save an item. I have a separate video on this one outside of the course that I will link to in the video. This one allows favicon batch overlays to identify instances. Here you see that I have done that. I have added EA, so employee AKOI. I can adjust it over here. For example, I can change the font color, and you see here that it's instantly changing that. Let's change it back to this color. So this is a way to quickly identify your instance when you're working on multiple instances. Then the slash commands. Slash commands are normally triggered by hitting a slash when you're not in an input field. So that is the default behavior. You can also force it by only being activated with a command or control slash. So by the on-premise version, this is the default. You cannot have this setting in the on-premise version. If you don't like when you hit the slash that the pop-up appears, then you can set this session. Or you can set it to off, and there you can still trigger it by your own browser setting. The slash command pop-up theme you can change here. We have a dark and a light theme and a stealth theme that will hardly make the pop-up of SN Utils visible. Slash commands, what you can do here is if you double click this field, it will remove the read only, and you could exchange JSON slash commands maybe with a peer if he has a good one. And here I have a link to the extension shortcuts. Much used functions, you can apply a direct shortcut to it. So this is an overview of the functions. Play around with them and let me know if there are unclarities. Thank you and see you in the next part of the training.